Monday Night Raw took place last night in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the late review. I am late reviewing it. Look, I messed up. Finally got a chance right now. Here we are. Here's the review. Sorry for the delay. So, it's been 15 years since it was in Winnipeg. And I think for that, 15 years ago, that's when they did the musical chairs. I'm thinking to myself, oh, I wish they did musical chairs. That was one of my favorite segments ever. I love it. Who won it? Was it Flair? Flair won it? No, maybe not Flair. Jericho, I think, might have won it. Jericho? Yeah, because the fans were chanting. So Orton comes out. I love it. Or Eugene? I forget. That was one. I love that musical chair segment. It's such an awesome segment. So Randy Orton comes out. Fans boo. They don't like Randy. He's cutting a promo, and he talks about last time they were in Winnipeg, and since they're in Winnipeg, they start chanting, Y2J, Y2J, and Orton just speaks so loudly after that. He speaks right over him, kills that thing dead. Orton's one of the best at that. He's someone, he won't let the fans hijack the segment. Someone like Cena sometimes will play into it to make it a part of the show, but Orton will just kill it off. He did well here. So he starts talking about Edge, and he talks about how Edge... he thought of him as a brother, and the fans start chanting, "We want Edge," and he mentions him by Adam. Actually, Orton said Edge couldn't be here tonight, and the crowd booed. He's cutting a promo, and KO interrupts him. Kevin Owens comes out. Owens is mad at Orton. He talks about how when he in 2011, oh my god, 9 years ago. Damn, it's been that long since Ed retired. Anyways, in 2011, Ed retired. KO talks about how he idolized Edge, and he thought, man, it really sucks that he had to retire for him, but it also sucked for him and other wrestlers like him on the Indies and WWE who never got a chance to share the ring with him. It would have been an honor to share the ring with Edge. However, he rips into Orton, and he starts talking about how he's a lifelong fan and how mad he is at Orton for what he did. Orton took everything away from Edge. It meant the world to him. And Orton responded to Edge, "You think you know me?" He said it in that very simpler to how Edge is the themes that comes out. Owens responds to that's very clever, and the fans are sick of him talking. He challenged him to a match. Orton accepts, but it's going to be later tonight. Backstage, you see Charlie Caruso interviewing Zelina Vega and Angel Garza. Vega's with Garza now as his manager, and Vega talks. She really puts him over, and she doesn't really mention Andrade. There was a rumor that it's going to be a Fatal 4-Way match for the U.S. title. All four. There's Andrade and Angel Garza with Zelina. Suppose there could be dissent there, and you're going to have Ray, and then you're going to have Humberto. She makes fun of Humberto, calls him a dimple Carrillo, and the guy looks like a child. Those dimples. Caruso thanks them for interviewing. She shakes Zelina's hand, and Zelina goes, but then she shakes Angel's hand, and Angel, she kisses her hand, and Charlie Caruso's flattered. So maybe they do a love storyline with them, Angel Garza and Charlie Caruso. Garza against Humberto was okay. It went on for a while. It was a 15-minute match, went through a commercial break. It was a long match up here. Zelina Vega tried to interfere a bit in the match. Eventually, Garza gets the win with the roll-up, and he won the match. It was a fun match, and I guess they set up a rematch later. So Garza with the win. Then we'll see what they do with him and Zelina once Andrade comes back. Ricochet against Luke Gallows is next. Before the match, we had Styles, Anderson, and Gallows come out. And he advises them to go into the back. They eventually have a match. So what's the OC or whatever they left. Crowd was sort of into it, but not that much. They do an NXT commercial plugging Tommaso Ciampa against Austin Theory. Gallows and Anderson argue before Styles tells them to shut up when they're the best tag team in the world backstage. Styles is annoyed and thought that they lost confidence. Then Aleister Black walks by them and Styles calls him out, and then all of a sudden they jump Black to his back block. They beat him up pretty bad, and eventually Aleister Black struggles to get back onto his feet. This makes me think, is it AJ Styles The Undertaker or somewhere? Could it be AJ Styles Aleister Black? That'd be a great showcase for Aleister Black. I'd love that match. I think that'd be great, but I still think most likely it's Styles Undertaker. But this has to set up Black and Styles at some point, but I guess they still can go Taker. Brock and Heyman come out. Brock's really over in his home country of Canada, where he lives right now. They really like Lesnar there in Canada. Heyman rips into Ricochet. They mock him. They say Brock's going to crush him, whatever. He jokes about how small Ricochet is and that he'll never win the title. He's only been wrong on one spoiler in 7-8 years, and that was Brock would win the Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania. Whenever Heyman does, I guess he has a really high percentage of always being right, even though he lies all the time. Brock is shown after they do that. Brock poses with the belt on the announce table. Brock was shown limping through the back as he gets ready. They are the Becky Lynch Shayna Baszler clip, and I saw the video that they did with Shayna Baszler. She was interviewed by Sarah Scriber. Yeah, it was almost like Scriber's trying to interview and Baszler keeps getting closer. I'm sure she doesn't mind being very close to Sarah Scriber, as everyone knows, especially Shayna. I'm sure she enjoyed it, but she kind of intimidates her. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Baszler. It's just, okay. I guess they're going to push her hard. I think she's going to beat Becky. Because Becky's been champ for a whole year. They're just going to have Shayna lose right away. And what's Becky going to do again? There's no chase. She has to be in the chase again. Becky will eventually get the belt back, but I think it's better to have Baszler win the title at WrestleMania. Aleister Black against Eric Rowan. So Black's beat up before the match. He's hurt. He's beat up. He's limping. And then the fans are saying, what's in the cage? And then what happens is during the match, the cage gets knocked over and then it's still covered in it. And Rowan is so mad, he goes after Block, but Block eventually hits the Black Mass and gets a 3 count. I don't know what they're going to do with this stupid gimmick, with this stupid cage. After the match, Block is limping, and then Sarah Scriber interviews him, and she has zero personality. My God, Scriber has no personality. You compare her with Charlie Caruso or Kayla Braxton or Kathy Kelly, who I liked a lot when she was there. They had so much personality. Scriber's like, she talks, she's like, oh God, it's like a wooden mop. She has no personality. Eventually, she tries to interview Block, but Block, he just talks about how he's going to be AJ Styles' burden next week. I guess they're wrestling next week. He will fight him. Drew McIntyre's a sit down with Charlie Caruso. Charlie's really good. She's great. She does really well here doing this interview. McIntyre talks about how it's 19 years in the making, and they talk about how when he first debuted, Vince McMahon called him the chosen one. I remember, I remember like talking in a chat room when they used to have him like on those old wrestling chat rooms. I remember saying, you know what? If Vince is taking the time to introduce McIntyre, he's going to be a big time player. That's exactly what I thought with Drew McIntyre. I thought, you know what? They can do something with this guy. They wouldn't have Vince, waste his time or for nothing. And of course, he got fired a few years ago. They talk about 3MB, and he was mad, and it fueled the anger. He talks about how he was fired by WWE and he deserved it. He talks about he had to go back to WWE because he didn't want people to remember him as the idiot playing the guitar. So I'm sure, not good for 3MB. 3MB was fun. So it's funny though. I guess him and Jinder are both going to be champs. Who the hell would have thought? 2014, I can still remember. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to imagine this scenario, guys. In 2014, what is this? Would be May or June. The Shield and the 3MB are reunited. The Shield split up. So, I'm going to tell you a scenario. 6 years ago, I would tell you in June of 2014. I would tell you the scenario. You'd probably laugh at me. The Shield, Reigns, Ambrose, Rollins. Dean Ambrose is not going to be in the WWE anymore. And Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal would have had a 6-month title reign, and Drew McIntyre would have won the Royal Rumble. Just imagine that scenario. McIntyre wins the Royal Rumble, is going to WrestleMania in 2020 to face Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania. And 6 years from now, in 2014, Jinder Mahal would win the WWE title and have an 8-month title reign or whatever, and Dean Ambrose is not in the company anymore. You'd been laughed in your face. But, hey, never know what happens. Anyway, I thought this was a very good interview. I like Charlie Caruso. A long time McIntyre came off well here. You don't have to do this stupid John Cena babyface garbage he does on Raw. Just do stuff like this. McIntyre can get over. I think when he beats Brock, it'll work. I think if they do stuff like this, let him know who Drew is. I think this was very good. R-Truth's in the ring, and he talks about Truth TV, and I thought both of them did well there. Truth TV, this is kind of a joke. Lana comes out with Rusev. I guess the whole stuff with Lesnar and Truth is done. But, this was awful. Bobby Lashley crushes R-Truth. Lana was with him. Then Truth is making fun of John Cena. John Cena comes back on SmackDown. He comes back this week. Cena comes back this week. We'll see him on SmackDown. Tom Phillips talks about the Saudi Arabia show this Thursday. Black and Styles is next week in Brooklyn, New York. That's pretty good. And you have also Mysterio and Carilla, and then you have Andrade and Garza. So Andrade's back next week. So this is the big segment, the Elimination Chamber. Contract signing, Jerry Lawler's there. Asuka comes out. Then you have Natalia. You have Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, and there's no Shayna Baszler at first. But then of course they don't have her for a while, and their fans are booing because Baszler's not there. Logan signs, Natalia signs, Morgan signs, and then you have Ruby signs, and then you have it was funny. Liv Morgan slammed it in Ruby Riott's face, and Sarah Logan. So all three of the Riot squads there. Asuka signs, and it's set up. Okay, Asuka signs, and finally Shayna Baszler gets her own entrance. She enters through the crowd, and she signed the contract, and then she faces off with Natalia, and then Lawler is consent that the contract is saying, ladies, you're on your own, and he leaves, and there's a huge brawl. Asuka shoves Natalia and gun in Baszler's face before saying, bite me, and Natalia attacked Asuka. Liv Morgan attacks Ruby Riott. Sarah Logan tries to get them off. And they, I guess, I never knew Sarah Logan and Shayna Baszler, and they're actually really good friends. I didn't know that. Anyway, Baszler's the only one in the ring, and then Becky Lynch's music hits. Lynch goes after her. They brawl until the officials separate them. Crowd chants, let them fight. Becky goes through the officials, and she attacks Sheena, so she's getting some offense now on Sheena as the crowd gets into this. It's a good brawl. Not a huge brawl, it was alright. Rhea and Nikki will be on WXD tomorrow night. Dana Bryan's there as well. Angelo Dawkins, he's against Murphy. This was okay as a DQ finish. Didn't really care much for this. Setting up some stupid tag match, no one cares. So they announced Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair next week or this week and tomorrow on NXT. That's gonna be good. I look forward to that. That's gonna be a fun match. Then finally we get to the main event. There we go. Oh, they also announced Bethany X will be on Raw next week to do a segment with Orton probably. I don't know if we're gonna have Orton attack Beth. I think that'd be a good segment. I think Beth would be good with that. So anyway, you have Orton and Owens as the main event. Okay, good match. Randy Orton of course wins. This was solid. Orton, he beats Owens, and then it's weird because the whole referee screw job thing was such a strange thing. Orton wins with a DDT. The referee messes up, and he's wearing a Monday Night Messiah shirt or whatever, and Seth Rollins was there, and it was just a strange thing. I guess this guy will be a part of Seth's crew or whatever. Anyway, Orton beats down Owens after the match. Owens beats down the referee after the match. He kicks his ass. Rollins retreats, so it turns into Owens and Rollins in a match. And eventually, Owens powerbombs the innocent referee through an announce table, sets it up. So probably sets up Rollins and Owens at Mania. So this was okay. This was fine. This was an okay show.